to Spill the Tea. We are now on episode 7. I nearly did 7, can you believe it? And yeah, it's been a while since I've done one, but we're back, we move. This week I have someone very, very dear to me. She's a very close friend of mine called Eva. Her name's Louise Smith, but she goes by the name Eva. She's a singer-songwriter and kind of alt-pop style. And she's just released a new single last week. Yeah, well, it should be last week, depending on how long it takes me to edit this. Anyway, she released a new song not long ago called Counting Flowers, and it is absolutely incredible. Trust me when I say she has the voice of an angel, but if you don't believe me, go and listen to it. I'll pop it down in the box below somewhere. So we're going to be talking about the kind of inspiration behind the song, the story behind it, which the way she tells it is so beautiful. And I'm not going to say any more than that because I'll let her tell you herself. But we also talk about where her love for music came from. And also she gives some very, very practical tips for people that might be considering going to music school, because she's been there and she's done it. And yeah, so if you are considering going to music school or you know someone that might be, tell them to watch this video and hopefully you'll get some practical takeaways from it. Without further ado, I will pass you over to Eva and I'll stop talking. But I hope you enjoy it and let me know what you think in the comments box below, and go and listen to her music if you haven't already. Thanks.
Welcome to Spill the Tea.
Oh, I've been watching them.
Have you? Number one fan. Firstly, congrats on the new music.
Thank you.
So exciting. I absolutely love it.
You like it?
Yeah. You have the voice of an angel, I swear.
Thank you.
How's it gone down?
Yeah, it's good. I think it's definitely, it's like the slowest song I've released. So I was kind of worried if people just wanted like, sort of like summer, upbeat kind of tunes, but it's nice. It's nice to release something that means a lot and like has so much like feel behind it. So it was, yeah,
definitely.
Really good to do. Yeah.
And we'll move on to the kind of meaning behind the song and everything in a minute. But for those of you that don't know you, get to know you, of course, obviously. But can you explain about your kind of style, your inspiration, and the type of music that you're currently?
I guess like it would be described as like alt pop kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, I kind of want it to be very feel good. It's very harmony based. Yeah, it's very inspired just by like life experiences and like nature and growth. And it's kind of, I kind of wanted to make music that would be like good to make memories too. So like a holiday or like a road trip or something like that. Yeah.
Not as though we can go on holiday at the moment, but we can pretend.
Yeah, just look out the window.
So tell me the kind of meaning and the story behind Counting Flowers.
It's about the relationship I have with my lovely nan, and all the lovely, nurturing, caring things she did for me growing up, and how I very much needed her. And as you age, as life cycle sort of continues, those roles have reversed, and she needs me and I care for her very much. You do sort of reverse a little bit with age.
Yeah.
And it's quite sad to watch, but and it's very bittersweet, but there's something really special about giving back all the love that she gave me. Even she doesn't like remember who I am anymore, so it can be it can be really sad at times, but it's you just do it. It's just unconditional. So yeah, it's about that journey of the reversal of roles with a family member, which I think is universal because it is a natural process.
Yeah, definitely.
That we all will all experience at some point. I think, yeah.
And have you played her the song?
I haven't. It with what's going on. I've only seen her once through a screen.
Oh no.
No, so it's really sad. But she'd probably hate it anyway. It's not like a, I don't know, like a war song.
She'll be your critic.
Yeah, it's not classical.
Honest feedback.
Yeah, exactly. She never liked pop music. So.
And how has it been? Did you record it in lockdown? How long have you had this?
I recorded most of it in lockdown, but we wrote the original idea and like the demo up in Scotland. We went there. We stayed in like a very pretentious, but we stayed in like a nice cabin in the Highlands and there. So, oh my God.
That's so good.
Yeah. So that's where it started. And then obviously from March, it was been very slow to finish it. We've just been doing it via like Skype.
So tell me about the kind of journey that you've been on, because I was thinking about this and I was thinking about when you did your EP launch, probably in like
19, so 6 years ago.
Yeah, which is crazy. And I feel like your music is so different now to what it was before.
So different. I think like when I listen back to the old stuff, it's like very poppy. She just didn't know who she was, and I think she was trying to be what was being like played at the time, and what she thought she needed to be, and without thinking like actually what feels good to sing, what feels natural and fulfilling. And so I listen back to them and I'm like, oh God. But it was definitely a wake-up call to just not pretend to be anyone else, and to just have like a bit more courage and vulnerability when it came to making music.
Tell me, okay, we're gonna zoom back now many a year. Where did your love of music begin? Because for people watching, and I'll probably tell everyone this before, but me and Lou have known each other for a very long time, and ever since I've known you, music has been a massive part of your life. Where did it all come from?
I think I was quite a sensitive and shy child, and I was quite quiet, and music was like it just made me feel good, and it was no deeper than that. It just made me feel really, really good. And as I went through like school, I started being in plays, and I was like, it's just fun. It was like very childlike, and it was just play. It was never forced upon me by my parents or anything. Like my parents aren't musical at all. It was very much something I discovered myself, which I think made it a bit more special. And I'm trying to think now. And then I think I was very influenced by like pop culture and the music that was going on at the time, and used to dream about, being a pop star, and I draw like all my little stage outfits. I think I like the glamour of it, because perhaps my life wasn't that glamorous. Do you know, like it was like to dream and to imagine and to feel unique, and to be able to do something that not everyone else could do. It felt nice. And I think you like praise as a child, so you people are like, oh, you're so good. I was like, I like this. It feels nice to to give me a compliment. I felt seen, so it was really lovely. And then my voice sort of matured into like teenage years, and I wasn't very academic at school, so it was it was just, I couldn't wait to finish and go to music school and to see what that brought up for me. But I always knew I wanted to be an artist. I always knew I wanted to be a singer. It just felt really natural. I couldn't think of anything else that I wanted to be, really. Yeah.
And what was that experience like for you going to meet? Was it ACM you went to?
Yeah.
What was that like for people that are maybe watching and thinking, that's something that I've always wanted to do. It's always been a big passion of my, music, but I don't know, you know, they might be doing, I don't know, GCSEs or whatever it is now. I'm thinking, what's the next step? How was that experience for you, and what would you advise other people?
How would I advise other people? I'd say go, like, just go for it. You always know the answers. Like, you have to follow your instincts, despite like perhaps you're being told to go a different route or anything like that. Music scares parents and adults because they're like, but there's no money, so that's not like, so they don't want that for you. But if you love it, and I thought it was amazing that the first week I got to ACM, because we went to a quite a strict old-fashioned secondary school.
Yeah, it was like a private school, really.
Yeah, and you could be anyone, like literally anybody, and you could wear whatever you wanted, you could sing whatever you wanted, you could, you know, it was just a real sense of freedom when I got there. I thought it was magical. It can be quite intimidating, I think, for people. You either it either makes you want to continue or makes you want to just like call it a day. I think from like looking back, not a lot of people that I went to ACM with continued with music, not because they failed at it, because they were amazing at it, but it shows you a little window into what it might be like. So it's very worth going for. Don't go for the qualification. It literally, like, it means nothing. Go for the people you'll meet. Like, I'm basically all my friends today I met there. So yeah, it is a special experience, I think. Yeah.
And do you have, I mean, it's probably years ago, if you can even remember going to the audition, would you have like top 3 tips for people going to auditions? Obviously they'll be going for a number of different things, not necessarily just singing.
Yeah.
But do you have top 3 tips for auditions?
I think, remember that they need you. Like, you don't always, yes, you need them and it's your dream to go, but they need talent like you. So go knowing that you're needed and that you're collaborating with them in that respect. You're not some like little, they're not pitying you and going, oh, you can come to the school and you can come to the school. Without you, there is no school. So just, yes, you have to show who you are and what you can bring, but you don't have to prove yourself in that way. I think, secondly, choose a song that you are or a piece of music or a dance or a script that you're like so confident with, and that makes sense to you, not what you think they want to see.
That's good advice.
And then thirdly, I think maybe don't keep all your emotions in. So like, it can be really nerve-wracking and you can think that you have like moments of doubt, you're not good enough, it's never going to happen. Share those feelings with other people. Like, don't keep them in. Let others like lift you up in that scenario just before, and eat breakfast before, because I remember, always eat breakfast. That's what I'd say.
I love that. We've got very practical tips. And then other kind of
emotional
overarching. I love that. So what's planned next for you?
I'm definitely working towards like a much bigger project. I'm aiming to release like 8 songs of Black original music. I've got another song coming out in a couple months, maybe a month now, just over. Which I'm really excited about. We're going to film the video for that soon.
Amazing.
And be more creative. I'm 25. I'm not going to be a teen pop star like I once thought. Like that boat has sailed, and I really want to just like step into, like, I'm a woman. I don't want to feel like I have to act younger, appear younger than I actually am. I think it's more of an advantage being older. You have more confidence, you have more stories, you've experienced so much more. Is that I'm trying to see it more as a pro, and not to feel like I'm against the clock. You don't have that for men. Men can release a song when they're 38 and people go mad, but there is definitely, like, it feels like there's an expiry date on a woman's creativity and women's success. So I'm sort of fighting that in my head at the moment, and just being like, just make really good music and really good art, and that's all I can do. That's all I can. I don't want to feel like time's moving fast, and I've spent too long doing that. I cried on my I cried on my 18th birthday because I wasn't a pop star.
Didn't we all?
I'm like, 18 is like a baby, but like I was so consumed by pop culture. Everyone's so young. It's like winning a Grammy and they've just like come out the womb, and I just thought, oh, that's it, I failed. So yeah, I'm gonna, just show myself and show up as I am, I guess.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's so important with any kind of creative industry or anything really.
Musical theatre, like everything.
The more you can be yourself, the more true to yourself you are, almost the more successful, or the more chance of success that you have.
Yeah, someone's on the receiving end of it. So if you create something that touches someone else on the other end, and like, that sounds really bad, that can be received in a way, like, it doesn't really matter what age you are when you do it. It's just on your own. It's just on your own timeline, I guess.